Welcome back to A Drop of Happy, where we focus on carefree, stress well, light and lively living while reviewing and discussing all things entertainment and wellness. I am your host, Wanda Toby, and this is the podcast arm to my blog, litv.com, Litvi. Wait, Litevi. Oh Lord, I don't even know how to spell today. .com, livey.com. And you can also catch the podcast on all your major streaming platforms: YouTube, Spotify, um, Apple. What's that other one called? Alexa. The whole no, don't. I'm not calling you. You can stop. You can't say her name without her being all up in your business. Or trying to be helpful. Anyway, Amazon Music, all that stuff. Okay, where all streaming is available. I do have a stress management tip based off the struggle, what I had to put myself through for y'all. Okay, She the People. She the People. She the People is a Tyler Perry production. So this stress management tip is inspired by Antoinette, who is the main character in She the People. And this stress management tip is know when to lean on your support system. And I'll tell you why later, why it's inspired by her. But just knowing to lean on your support system, not only having a support system, because some of y'all don't like to ask for help. Some of y'all don't like to, I'm not going to say rely on other people or lean on other people or anything like that. Some of y'all like to go at it alone. And that can be very stressful, particularly when stuff in life happens that you need the support, or you need a sounding board, or you need something. Because yes, going through a thing, if you're able to get through it, it builds resilience, it makes you better, it makes you stronger and tougher for the next thing, yada, 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 all that. But sometimes in order to get through it, you need some help. You need some support. You need a helping hand. You need a listening ear, whatever. So know when to get some help. Know when to access, activate, reach out, all that good stuff to your support system. I mean, I guess it's like a part two, because at first you have to have a good support system. Have some people in your life that you can call a friend, you can call on, can be a listening ear or what have you, because sometimes you just need that person to talk you off a ledge. Okay? So it's a two-part. Is knowing your support system and then know when to lean on your support system. Because Antoinette had to do that. Now I know I'm talking like I enjoyed She the People. I did not. I'm gonna hey, right off the bat. Yeah, no. I did not. And I'm gonna be honest, I really be trying. And there's reasons why I watched this. And I watched all 8 episodes. Okay, which mm, mm. She the People is a Tyler Perry production. Tyler Perry. And here's the thing. I'm gonna stop right there. I am not a Tyler Perry hater. I'm not. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I used to watch Tyler Perry heavy in the beginning. I think a lot of people used to watch him heavy. I watched him heavy, and I watched his plays, and then I watched his movies. And then it just got too much. Okay. But the reason why I'm not a Tyler Perry hater, one, I admire what he's done, like, what he's built. And this is going to be being somebody who I read a lot. Well, I used to. I don't read as much as I used to, y'all. I'm trying to get back into it, but I used to read heavy. I used to read a lot. And I used to read very genre type. Okay? Romance all day, all day. And they are the same. They might be a little variation, but a romance drama is a romance genre is a romance genre is a romance genre. Okay. At one point when Street Lit hit real big, I was reading all that. They are the same. Are y'all following me? Pride and Prejudice. They have made so many variations of Pride and Prejudice, and I have probably seen each and every single one. Okay. I will watch multiple versions of Pride and Prejudice. I've watched Pride and Prejudice Zombies. I've watched Pride and Prejudice the series. I watched the movie. I watched Pride and Prejudice Atlanta. If there's a variation, I will watch it. Lifetime. It's all the same. So the reason I say this is because you know what? That man is focusing on his genre. He's focusing on his bag. And I know there's a lot of stereotypes. There's a lot of negativity that some people say he promotes. But that's his genre. That's his niche. That's his whatever, right? And this is like a weird take. When are we going to reach a point where we could have bad artists too? I'm not saying he's all bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know we're not there yet. And we may never be there. I am veering off. I am veering off way topic. So focus one, and let's get back. This is not what we're talking about. Point being, I am not a hater, but I have not watched a lot of his things. The last Tyler Perry production joint that I watched was, is it Mia Coppola? Is that the name? Yes. I did, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it here. I did do a review. It wasn't a podcast. I don't know why I didn't record it. I don't know why I didn't, but I did do it, and I will link it. But I'm gonna tell you what. Oh, this was a year ago, a little over a year ago. I gave that bad boy a 4 out of 10. Sorry to this man. I gave it a 4 out of 10. That's the last thing with Kelly Rowland. And the reason why I watched that is because I wanted to support Kelly Rowland. And she's a good actress. Oh, child. That was the last thing I watched. I did try to watch The Oval. Listen, I have grown out of it. Okay, it's just not my thing. But again, I am not a hater. More power to him. I know, there's difference of opinions, but She the People, Tyler Perry production, stars Terri J. Vaughn as Antoinette Dunkerson, and she is one of the reasons why I watch. Honestly, she's the main reason why I watch, because I really like her. What she used to play in? She Black famous, and she used to play in something that, for the life of me, I can't think of what Sadie with Cedric the Entertainer. She was Cedric the Entertainer's wife. Y'all, I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna post it. But anyway, I'll link it. And I like her, so I was like, okay, bet. Then also it stars Jade Novah as Shamika, and Jade, I follow her on social media, and she's a singer. She does skits. She's very talented. Jade does like the impression skit. She does Erykah Badu, Beyonce, like a whole bunch of people. But her skits, even beyond that, are funny, and she can sing. And I've just been watching her for a while, and I was so happy for her to be in this movie. So that's another reason why I watch. Jo Marie Payton as Cleo Dunkerson. She plays the mama, and she was the mama on Family Matters. Love her. Regi Davis, he's the butler. And I'm going to tell you why. He was the only comic relief in the 8 episodes. I chuckled one time, and it was because of Regi Davis as Butler Donald. The one time I chuckled, and I'm going to tell y'all about it. And Karon Riley, because he fine. As Michael, he fine. And I didn't know he is married to Terri. And they've been married for like 17 years. I just saw this when I was, I'm looking up the information. Okay, sis. And then also Terrence T.C. Carson as Danny, to name a few. There's a few other folks on there that I'm like, okay, Black famous folks. But I'm like, okay. And Terrence T.C. Carson, was Kyle from In Living Single. So I was just like, oh, I just want to watch these people and support. And the melanin was flowing and it was beautiful. And that's what. So She the People follows Antoinette Dunkerson. Now that you know who's starring, follows Antoinette Dunkerson as she becomes the first Black Lieutenant Governor of Mississippi. Now, I'm going to tell you all about it. It's going to be full of spoilers because you don't need to watch it. I'm so sorry. You don't need to watch it because I watch it for you. And y'all have to make... my watching it has to have a reason and a meaning. Let my sacrifice save you. So I'm going to give you the deets. And it's going to be full of spoilers because you don't need to watch it. Okay? It just was not good. I'm going to tell you what was good. I'm going to tell you there were some good things, and this is why it gets what it got from me. The acting was actually good to me for what it was. Let us qualify that, okay? But I really think if you pulled any of these people and put them in a different production, they would be able to give whatever the director asked of them. Whatever the writers, they would be able to do that. That's the mark of a good actor. So for what it was, they did well. And I didn't have any issues with the acting. Also, together, the chemistry of the cast, here's my problem. Like you have the recipe. You have all the ingredients. You have it all. How do you still mess it up, Tyler Perry? How do you do that? The cast was good. The chemistry, and I'm talking about everybody. The chemistry with the cast was fire. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to hold you. The outfits were nice too. Very nice. Very nice gowns. The outfits were cute. I was feeling the outfits. I felt the set was on point. Like, it's frustrating because how do you have all the ingredients and you have the recipe? Well, maybe he don't have the recipe. Maybe that's the problem. He got all the ingredients, but he just don't, because it. And also the other reason why I watched it, not the actors, the cast that he had, notwithstanding, the other reason why I watched it is because I thought the concept was dope. I thought the concept was like refreshing. It was given Veep, although I never saw Veep, so I don't know. But it was given like, underdog in the government and stuff. And I was here for that. I'm like, oh, okay. There was material to work with. Again, how you have all the ingredients and still jack up the recipe. How, TP? Because so here's the thing. Antoinette, she's in this race. Who graduated from Harvard. Oh, it's like every time I talk about it, I get upset. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time I talk about it, I get upset because this just how not good it was. That's just how bad it was, and I just don't understand, and my brain just can't compute, and I'm upset. So Antoinette, who graduated from Harvard, she is racing for lieutenant governor, but she is losing, right? They don't think they're going to win, whatever. And her daughter is a sassy teenager. I don't like sassy. I don't like sassy teenagers. They get on my nerves. Like I don't like bad, disrespectful kids in these things. And I know it's true to life. I just went through it, right? Mine are a little more grown, went through the phase. I don't like them. And I didn't like the daughter. But her daughter is, acting up, being a teenager, getting in trouble and stuff like that. So she gets caught on video because she's going to protect her daughter. Basically, she punched her underage daughter's older boyfriend, who took her underage daughter to an adult event, like an 18 and up. He had to be 18 and up. Like, it wasn't an adult. It was their age, but she was still underage. I think she's like 16 or 17. And then the video went viral. Here's the thing. Let me tell you something. When you think about a Tyler Perry movie, a show, this is all the things. This is a Tyler Perry show. It's his ghetto, okay? Like I'm all for a little ghetto. And again, Jade put her foot in it. Jade worked with what they got as Shamika. She worked with what they gave her, and I'm not even gonna say she was over the top, because that's how the character was written. Like, I'm not even gonna take that away from her, but it was just so much. It was just too much. It was just too much. Too much. It wasn't even too much caricature of the ghetto. Which at this point, it's just that man's signature, okay? It's just his signature. And again, I'm not trying to be a hater, but it's just not for me. He has his audience, and he has people that like it, and people like me who grow out of it. He got some people coming up. I don't know. I don't know. So the grandma Cleo is caricature hood ghetto. Like, it's just, this is why I'm telling you, I don't need to watch it. Okay. I mean, you could watch it for like fun. You could watch it for a little bit of torture, but you don't need to watch this. All right. So I'm going to tell you. Okay. So after she punches the boyfriend at this party, right, the video goes viral. And after the video goes viral, guess what? She surprisingly, wins the election. All right. So, and as the first Black female lieutenant governor doing her thing, the problem is when she gets in there, first of all, they didn't believe she was going to win. They like shot, like, what? Oh, like she won? Oh my gosh. So now she gets in office, but the good old boy networks kicks in by the Governor Harper, who's an old fuddy-duddy white guy. And that's played by Robert Greghead. I'll be butchering these people's names. I'm so sorry. It is what it is. Okay, so basically they want to keep her as a figurehead, and they want to keep her restricted to doing like these small town appearances that she finds demeaning. The governor, they select her staff. They don't tell her about the budget. She basically has no right to her own team. And here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something. Oh my gosh. This is very like, the other thing, it's a lot of things. It's supposed to be a comedy. I had one chuckle. It wasn't a chuckle. It was like a legit laugh. Not very long. It was like, that was it. It was a tickle. It was a tickle for 8 episodes. Jesus be offense. It was a tickle for 8 episodes. Okay? Comedy where? Comedy. Is the comedy in the room with us? Was the comedy in the writing room? Did they have comedians to help with the script? Because I'm telling you, the cast could have executed. The actors could have executed. But comedy where? That one time, with the butler. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Yeah. I, so anyway, they don't let her do a thing. Okay. Then at some point they move in to the mansion and hey, they finally move into the lieutenant governor's mansion, which is a plantation with Confederate flag decorations everywhere. And it wasn't funny. Where was the humor? It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny because what? And they said, oh, you couldn't touch it. You couldn't touch it because it's historic. They had couch cushions. How about them couch cushions would be in a box somewhere and I would get my own rug and cover it. It was a big old Confederate rug. I get you trying to be funny, but why are we leaving it? Like, and here's the other thing. A Harvard graduate and she's letting herself get played like this? Like she was coolest girl. If you watch TV, you should have known to handle this situation better than how she was handling it. It was annoying. It was frustrating. It was annoying. They moved into this house with just this plantation with just all the racist things. Like it was so, but I did like watching Antoinette. I will say this. I did like watching Antoinette. Now here's where I had to chuckle. Okay. The butler at one point, he was like standing on one side. Then they were like, where'd the butler going? He was standing on the other side. So he kind of spooked them. And I laughed because that was funny because he was giving Get Out meets Steven from Django vibes. That's what he was giving. If you haven't seen those movies, you should watch them. Okay. But it was giving Get Out and it was funny. He was funny. The butler's funny. Or in that moment, he was funny. So anyway, Antoinette finds herself at an event. So she goes to this event. Her first event that she went through had her doing like pig sounds. And I get it. Going to these events were demeaning. And the way that they were trying to play her was problematic, right? But side note, I didn't find it humorous and funny that they were putting down stuff that's important to other people. Because, in these small towns, right, they do have these festivals and they do have these things and it's really important to them. I don't like how they were putting them down. Like, because some people really are, that piggiest might be weird to me, but their little pig contest is important to them. Again, you were trying to be funny, but funny where? It wasn't funny. It was not. This is the problem that I had. If it was funny, then the ghetto caricature, I'm not going to say it would have been worth it, but you would have been like, it's Tyler Perry. But it wasn't even funny. You were like, it's Tyler Perry. That's his shit. That's what he does. But it wasn't even funny. How you gonna slap comedy? And I know, I'm so sorry. It's like 30 minutes or however many minutes of just complaining about how bad this show was, but it was just bad. And here's the thing. I am very generous. I feel like I am a lenient movie reviewer. Child, not today. Not today. So now Antoinette finds herself at another event, and this time she's getting backlash, like, because they don't like her. First of all, they don't like her. They think she's the enemy. She don't got the right complexion for the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. But the governor puts her on the spot because he sends her to a place where the people think they're getting like an Apple warehouse, an Apple store, an Apple something, and it's an Apple orchard, y'all. They like, wait a minute, what? That's not what he promised. So he broke his promise and sent her out there to face the brunt, which is really foul. Again, he just keeps continually playing her, but why she's allowing it, I don't know. Because you are supposed to be smart. If you watch any kind of show, they give you a just breathe. This is how upset. Then she finds out about of the pipeline, right? Like she goes to this meeting with all these pastors, and a few of the pastors are big mad, real mad, because they're like, yo, he's building this pipeline, it's going directly through poor neighborhoods. Like, what's up? It's a problem. But then there's one pastor who's a sellout, literally, and he made some deal with the governor. The governor's basically greasing his pockets, so he's like, oh, we're gonna get these people land, and we're gonna move it through, and we're gonna get this pipeline put right through these poor neighborhoods. So at one point they were like, oh yeah, we got it situated, because the other pastors was like, nah, we need to talk to, where's the governor, we need to talk to him. And then he was like, oh, we sent a message from your office. And she was like, well, I didn't send any message, I didn't convince these people or whatever. So again, she is bamboozled once again. Okay. And she's just like, no, we can move the pipeline. We can just move it, whatever, 5 miles over, and it won't be any cost to the project, blah, 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 blah. And it won't go through these people's neighborhood. The governor refuses. And, the pastor that's on his side doesn't make it easier. Throughout all this, Shamika and her boyfriend Basil, they are cutting up, acting a fool. They're not making matters easier for her, whatever. She just like a dodo, just so then the governor pawns her off on 3 female senators, 2 black, 1 white, who again are like, why are you leaving? We trying to talk to you. We not trying to talk to her because we know she don't got no power. She don't know what she's doing, blah, 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 blah. So then she's just like, they give her game a little bit. They're like, yo, they didn't even give you budget to decorate your office. Like, they playing you. Okay. That was good. Again, like, why doesn't she know these things? Like, you running for a whole government. Why don't you know? Why aren't you got the ammo to not allow yourself to be played? It was frustrating. It was frustrating. Okay. But they give her a good talking to the 3 senators, and it kind of spurs her into action. This is where she recruits her friends. She has a dinner and she recruits her friends to help her to join her staff, because she's like, oh, I'm going to get my staff. I'm going to fire these people, blah, 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 blah. And so they come up with a plan, okay? They come up with a plan that they're going to sue. They're going to sue, claiming like the certain places are historic. So it'll pause for a little bit. So then they go to have a press conference where the governor thinks she's going to support him, not really giving her a lot of choices, but little does he know, it's a coup. She's like, she brought her own staff, and the staffers that the governor picked are all up in arms, whatever. So at the press conference, she reveals that she is not on board, and she expresses herself. So he thinks, the governor thinks, oh yeah, she gonna hook me up in this press conference. And she's like, no, I'm not. The hell you say? So she reveals at the press conference that she is not on board, and expresses herself, as I said, and was just like, oh, we need to find alternative solutions. I'm not down with this. So she stands up to the governor. They get into a big argument. And then she's feeling really good about herself because she stuck up for herself, yada, yada, yada. She goes back to her office right after they get into this argument. Even during the argument, like, the governor's giving signs of, oh, he's having a heart attack. Like, this is something not right. He asked for his antacid. Child, she goes back to her office, chopping it up with her friends. Yeah. I did that. Meanwhile, in the background, you see people run into the governor's office, and it's just like, yo, call 911, blah, blah, blah. So the governor done had a heart attack. We don't know if like he died. We don't know. That's kind of how it ends. Okay. And then got the nerves to be like, oh, 2 more episodes coming. Second part, whatever, which is supposed to happen August 14th. Now I'm gonna watch it because I've already suffered through these 8 episodes. Okay. I've for y'all. So I'm gonna watch it because I need to find out what happens. And the reason why I kept on watching it is because I just wanted to see her win. I wanted to see something, but it was, oh, guys, it was such a struggle. I'm not even gonna lie. And what do I give it? I'm gonna tell you what I give it. I give it a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. And I'm gonna tell you why I give it a 4 out of 10. Okay. But funny, I gave it the same thing I gave the dang on Mia Cope, the last thing I watched of his. The acting was good, the chemistry was good. The actors, I gave some points for each of the actors that I liked. The setting was on point for those things. And I'm just so disappointed because you had all the ingredients, TP. Like, what happened? So there it is, y'all. That's what happened. If you like so inclined to know, oh my God, what happened? That's what happened. That's what it's about. That's what happened. It's whack. 4 out of 10. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time. Skip. And I hate to say it, but that's what it is. If you liked, but don't forget the stress management tip of the day is know when to lean on your support system. And because that's what got her through, and that's what gets you through. Please like, share, subscribe. I do have a Substack now, so subscribe to that. Just look up A Drop of Happy. Google it, okay? Or LiteVi.com. Share on your social media. Share everywhere. Y'all know what to do. Live light, stress well, and come on back for the next episode.